Brooke from Fit Mom Connection, and today I'm going to be taking you through a few different exercises that are very functional for the sport of motherhood. And I would definitely argue that there are some athletic maneuvers that we put our bodies into each and every day as a mother, and so we should really be training like athletes. I realize we don't have, 2 or more hours every single day to exercise, but whatever you learn from your time during exercise each day, maybe it's 20 or 30 minutes, those things can be applied throughout your day so that you can be as strong as you can, so that you can perform your best, and most importantly, so that you can feel your best, not just for yourselves, but for your team, your whole entire family. Your family is your team. So we're gonna get started. I have about 10 or 12 different exercises that I'm gonna share with you, and then I will explain a scenario for each exercise, and then how to do it. We'll do it together today, and then if you want to repeat the circuit, definitely rewind back to the beginning and give it a shot, okay? So the first athletic maneuver that we need to be able to have is good posture in motherhood. So our exercise for that is a mindful standing alignment check-in. Okay, so I'm gonna have you stand with your feet hips width distance and lift up the arches of your feet just gently. Spread those toes out, nice and wide, and gently set them back down. The knees should be directly over the heels, so keeping those arches lifted gently, knees over the heels, and then our pelvis should be neutral, so we don't want to tuck it under too much, and we don't want to tilt it forward too much. We want it to be straight up and down, okay? The kneecaps should be pointing straight forward, and then moving up from the pelvis, our shoulders should be directly kind of over our hips. So think about your ribs. They can tilt forward and back. We want them straight, aligned right over the pelvic bowl, okay? So we're gonna try ribs over the pelvis, shoulder blades gently down and slightly back, not back so much that our rib cage pops forward, okay? We want that rib cage neutral. Palms facing forward. Our earlobes, if we look at you from the side, the earlobes should be directly right through the middle of our shoulders that are set back into place. Our chin should not be forward, our head should not be forward. It should be gently tucked back, almost to the point where you feel like you have a little bit of a double chin. So if we were up against a flat wall, the back of our head would actually touch that wall. Okay, so just standing here doing that mindful posture check-in from the feet up, and you can do this several times throughout your day. I really encourage you to pick a couple cues throughout your day where you can do your mindful posture check-in. Maybe it's right when you do brushing your teeth or something like that. All right, so we've got our posture. The next one is a corrective exercise. That's really important for moms because especially recovering from any injuries or recovering from giving birth or from pregnancy. So we're gonna do basketball breathing. So I'm gonna have you put one hand on the front of your belly button and one hand on your back. And you're going to breathe in through your nostrils, through the back of your throat, down your chest, into your abdomen, but not just pushing out into that bottom hand. I also would like you to push into your low back and into the side of your lower ribs. So we're filling up this lower portion of our torso like it's a basketball. So go ahead and just close your eyes if you'd like and imagine breathing in, filling up that basketball evenly to the front, sides, and back. And then exhale, deflating that basketball, starting more towards the bottom of your pelvic area, and then pushing that air back up, out through your nostrils. Breathing in, filling up the basketball, and breathing out, deflating the basketball. And the reason I chose breathing as an example of a corrective exercise is because it's the foundation of our corrective exercises that we do for restoring the body. Especially after if we're trying to repair the pelvic floor or diastasis recti. If we don't have our breathing right, it's really hard to do everything else correctly. All right, so that's the breathing for corrective exercise. We're gonna change pace completely now. So the next thing we're gonna do is work on our cardiovascular endurance, and we are going to jump rope, okay? I have to move my weight out of the way. So you can grab a real jump rope if you really wanna work on your coordination, but for the sake of cardiovascular endurance, you can go ahead and grab your fake jump rope, and we're gonna begin twirling the jump rope and jumping, okay? So we're gonna feel strong right here in our pelvic floor, so you might have to do a slight little kegel while you're doing your jumping rope, and that's totally fine. So we're just doing little jumps. You can do skis, you can do pendulums, you can do single leg, and the other side. I hope you're doing this along with me. You could do single, single, double, single, single, double. You could do twist, 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 twist. You can do imaginary figure eights with your arms. If you don't feel your heart rate up yet, boy, I don't know what's gonna get your heart rate up. All right, so jumping rope, it's so fun. You don't need any equipment. It's a quick boost to your cardiovascular endurance. I know I'm breathing. All right, next, as an athlete, as a mother, you need to be strong. And imagine all the times when you're bending over to pick up something, maybe your kid, and you're moving them somewhere. Maybe you're putting them into their car seat or something. Maybe you're just packing something and putting it in the top of the closet. That's what we're gonna simulate here. You need something heavy. So whether it's your child or a box or a weight, whatever, grab that and we're gonna put it on the floor. So this one's called squat curl press. You're gonna take your feet a little wider than hips width distance, and we're gonna keep our back nice and straight the entire time, chest lifted. We're gonna sit down into our heels, push the booty back, pick up your apparatus, curl it into the chest, and push it straight up overhead. Bring it back down, and keeping our back flat, we set it down, stand up without it. Push your hips back so the glutes get involved, curl it in, push it up, bring it down. We're gonna do a few reps, okay? So stay with me. From the side, notice how I'm keeping my back nice and strong, pushing my hips back, coming up without it. So whether or not you're picking up something that's heavy, I want you to really think of a good hip hinge and keeping that back flat and strong. Trying not to bend from your waistline, but rather hinge from your hips, okay? Let's do one more of those. All right. So that was to help with strength. So the next athletic skill that we need in the sport of motherhood is to have muscular endurance. So think of all the times that you're carrying something on one side of your body, and then the other side of your body has to be busy doing things, and you want to maintain this good posture so that you don't get all out of alignment and have issues with pain down the road. So the exercise we're going to do today for that is planks. So you're either going to get down on your elbows or your hands. So go ahead and join me. You can do this on your knees or on your toes, but whatever is going to be challenging for you. I want you to contract your thighs, push the floor away from you, and be very strong. We want to avoid arching that low back because that's going to put strain and pressure on your low back. So slightly tuck that tailbone under, feeling strong and firm. And now distractive movements. We're going to tap out to the side with our toes. Maybe you want to tuck your knees. Maybe you want to march your hands. Maybe you want to reach out in front with your hands, but we're staying strong, okay? So just like in real life with all the things we need to do to have muscular endurance, that's what we're doing now with this exercise. So give me about 10 more seconds with getting very well fatigued in your muscles, but staying strong, you guys. Stay with me here. Keep breathing. We're doing well. Maybe tilt your hips. All right, let's be done with that. Whew. Muscular endurance. The next thing that we need in order to be really great mom athletes is power. So think of all the times, okay, you've got the car seat, you've got the infant carrier, and you need to hoist it up into the car, right? It's kind of like a power swing maneuver. So what we're gonna do is take something heavy, like a dumbbell or a kettlebell or anything really that you can hold on to well. You're gonna get a good grip. We're gonna go into a wide stance. We're gonna drop our hips down and thrust forward and bring it back down. So we're just driving with power, using those hips to help powerfully and safely swing. So as we do this, we notice that our back is really strong, but we're not using our back as much as we're using the power in our glutes and the teamwork in our thigh muscles, hamstrings, and core. Let's do 6, 5, steady knees, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now that's going to develop your power, much needed as a mother. Speed. I don't know how often we really need speed voluntarily, but there will be a time where you're going to have to chase your dog or your child, and you're going to have to run for dear life. So to work on speed, I mean, if you want to do random sprints while you are walking, you can try that. But for today's sake, we're going to get those feet going really fast. Football stompers. Okay, so see how fast you can get them going. We're not propelling forward, but we're just seeing how fast we can keep those feet going. Here we go. We're going to keep running. Football stompers. You want to get lower? That'll help develop some strength in your legs. Maybe you want to go side to side. It's up to you. Just have fun working on speed, speed, speed. The floor is hot. All right, enough of that. The next skill that we need to have as mom athletes is agility. So think of yourself walking around the house, okay? And you're on a mission, and you're like, shoot, there's debris all over the floor. So you have to be agile so that you don't run into something or knock something over. So to practice agility, we're gonna do side leaps with holds. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna leap all your body to one side, but then hold and pause. And then leap to the other side and try to stay balanced on one leg. Leap, hold, leap. So your momentum is going one way, and then we have to stop and change directions. Stay with me here. Keep side leaping and hold. Really give a powerful swoop to the side and try not to lose your balance. So that's a really good agility workout. All right, we're getting close. We're almost there. Balance. We need balance. We have so many things coming at us, both physically and metaphorically, that try to kind of push us off of our balance. And so we're going to do a yoga pose today called leaning tree. So you're going to stand up nice and tall, connect your foot to your ankle or your calf, or perhaps your inner thigh, hands to your heart. Be strong and neutral in your pelvis. Maintain a nice strong breath. And then lengthen those arms up to the ceiling. Interlace the fingers. So if your right knee is up, I want you to tilt to the left. So slowly leaning our tree, feeling this challenge to our balance. If you stumble out of it, that's totally okay. Enjoy that journey back in. And now the fun part is to return to the center steadily, and then exhale, release. Let's try the other side. So rooting into the right foot or whatever foot you didn't do yet. Find that placement along the inside of your leg. Have some grace for yourself. Extend those arms up. Lengthen, and then tilt to the right if your left knee is up in tree pose. And just breathe. Find your focal point. Focus on your breath. Feeling solid in your core. And then returning back to the center. All right, the next athletic skill and piece of fitness that we need, or a functional fitness type of exercise, is to have flexibility. Okay, we want to be able to play with our kids no matter where they are. We want to get down and engage. So one of my favorites is squatter's pose. I've actually shared this before in a corrective exercise video, but I'm going to share it again. So we're going to take those feet nice and wide, and we are literally going to sit down all the way. You're just going to have your elbows inside of your knees, and you're going to feel that big stretch kind of into your low back. And this can be accentuated by if you want to put your hands up and hold something, but it's totally fine to just kind of hang out here. You can feel this nice stretch for your hips. Should feel really good. So squatter's pose, just take some breaths here. Maybe you even want to bring your hands to your heart and push into those knees a little bit, keeping a neutral spine. And some deep breaths. This is just a good posture to get into when you're playing with your kids, or even if you work at a desk all day, maybe you're standing a lot in one position. This is a nice one to do to stretch out that back. And for our last functional fitness exercise for the sport of motherhood, we need to work on our hand-eye coordination. How many times do we play games with our kids and we want to be able to catch a ball or to be able to not get made fun of by our kids? So I'm going to go grab one of my kids here to help us out for a game that I like to call Copycat 1 to 10. So for this, what you're going to need is a partner and a ball, any sort of kind of a lightweight ball. I'm going to go grab my kid, and you can grab that stuff. I'll be back in a second. All right, so I found one of my kids. This is my 3-year-old Baylor. You want to say hi, Baylor? He's going to show us how to play Copycat 1 to 10 with me. All right, so we're going to look at each other, and I'm going to do one movement with this ball. So the movement that I'm going to do is a toss, okay? So then it's Baylor's turn. So Baylor, you're going to toss it and catch it, and then do another thing. What other thing do you want to do? You want to do a dribble? Okay, so now give it to me. Whoa! So I'm going to toss the ball, I'm going to dribble the ball, and then I'm going to go knee touch, okay? And then I'm going to give it to you. All right, so you're going to toss the ball, toss it up. Nope, toss the ball. Go toss and catch, and then dribble. Yep, and then go knee touch. Okay, and then do one more thing. Good job. You're gonna do another dribble. Okay, so I'm gonna do a toss, I'm gonna do a dribble, I'm gonna do a knee touch, and a dribble. So you get the point. I call it 1 to 10 because it's kind of good to help with your memory as well, help with that mom brain a bit, that you have to remember what you keep adding on and try to get the correct order. And at the same time, you're doing hand-eye coordination with the ball, which is really fun. So come here, Baylor. So can you tell everybody, good job?
Good job.
Say, you can do it.
You can do it.
Say, go team go.
Go team go.
All right, thanks everybody. Have a great day. I hope you have fun with these exercises.